Hello, welcome to Yoga with Paige if you are new here, or welcome back to my channel. This week, as I continue on the exploration of finding my authentic self so I can truthfully express my authentic self, I had an experience yesterday that I wanted to share with you because I think it has an important message that I've been trying to work through and grasp for a while. So this may help you if you are on a similar journey of figuring out who the F you are and what you're feeling as you go through this process, because a lot of emotions become unearthed here. Sorry, that's kitty cats. Do you want to say hi, Annabelle? Say hi. Hello. So, a little backstory. When I was younger, I did have a few traumatic experiences that I think did shape my view of the world at a young age. So, before I was 10 years old, I had quite a few traumatic deaths in the family. We had some mental illness, we had some addiction issues, we had some violence. So, I was no stranger as a young child. Before I had even entered middle school, I was no stranger to violence, to dark, to the nasty, kind of cruel side of the world. And as a child, I think that really did shape the way that I view a lot of things that I'm coming to figure out now as I'm older and kind of working through. You kind of have to go backwards to go forwards to work through this stuff. And I think that's where this kind of comes into play. So I had witnessed all of these kind of things, and I think it made me, well, I'll take that back. I know it made me kind of hate the world a little bit. There were a few years when I was younger, when I was in middle school, I didn't really understand like what was going on, and I felt different from everybody else because I felt like I wasn't this happy-go-lucky like person. Like I knew that there were such dark and disgusting and vile and cruel things happening in this world, but no 11-year-old is going around talking about these things like violent murders and all of this stuff. So I felt kind of ostracized in my own brain. I felt like I had seen more of the world than a lot of these people, and I didn't know how to relate to them. So for a few years, I really did hate the world, and I thought it was cruel and ugly. And those thoughts, I think, festered and started to let in my heart. It started to harden it a little bit. I found a lot of hate, a lot of negativity in my mental space, in my head, in my heart center. And these are a lot of the things that I've been having to work through as I've been getting older and trying to find myself, trying to find my place in this world, and trying to change my viewpoint of the world, because I don't think it is a disgusting, cruel, vile place. I think it's beautiful, and it is what we make of it. So as I try to change my perspective and my viewpoint from a negative one to a positive one, I wanted to share this experience with you because this was very, very hard for me to do, and it took a long time. I've been wanting to do this for a little bit. It took me probably about 2 years to even admit to somebody else. So all of these kind of hateful, nasty thoughts, feelings kind of bubble up to the surface sometimes, and I find that I still harbor a lot of hatred feelings in my heart. Even though I don't want them, I don't want to own those, I don't want to feel those, I don't want to have that outlook, but I do. So instead of running away from it, instead of trying to escape from it, as if you watched my sober journey, that I was escaping and hiding from a lot of things, I think these feelings were some of them, because they are certainly coming up for me now with a vengeance. So yesterday, I don't know, something in me broke. Something in me broke down, and I just needed to get these things out. And I've been wanting to, I don't really know how to say this. This is going to sound terrible. This is going to sound awful, but over the past few weeks, I've had these instances in my mind where I've wanted to hurt somebody. There's no person in my mind that I want to really hurt. It's just more these aggression, violent feelings that I don't know what to do with. So I'm feeling violent. Like I want to break things. I want to scream until blood starts pouring out of my throat. Like I want to get all these feelings out. That's what I feel like I need to get out, but I don't have an outlet for them. Today is literally my 9th day going to the gym in a row, and the gym does help wonders. Yes, physical activity, strength training, working out, building and tearing down your muscles, intense cardio really does help get natural endorphins. It makes you feel good, but it's not enough. It's not enough for me at this point in the process, I guess, in my journey, in my path. I need a little bit more. So yesterday, I finally told my husband, I said, I have a lot of feelings of rage and I just don't know what to do. Well, really, I broke down. I was in tears already, I think, by this point, because I was just so confused and I felt very lost and alone. Like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling so hateful and full of rage when I have nothing that I'm really full of rage about? So why do I have all these feelings and how do I get rid of them? So last night, we put on some boxing gloves and I was able to just kind of unleash some fury that I've been holding in for so long. I put on his boxing gloves and we had him hold up pillows and things, and I just took turns I don't really have any, I know it's like a jab and like cross, uppercut, whatever those are, but I don't really know any of those. I was just literally just throwing, just exerting physical force. I was yelling, I was screaming, I was crying. It probably looked like a terrifying scene, and I'm so thankful to have such a supportive person in my life to help me with these things, even though it looks and sounds crazy sometimes. But he really just allowed me to unleash the feelings of rage. And don't worry, I didn't harm him in this process. I was not harmed either. I actually started feeling so good when I was purging these emotions. I was crying, I was screaming, and it has been something that I've been wanting to do for probably at least about 2 years. There have been minor instances where I've sat in my car for 5 minutes and I've kind of just like, screamed like one big scream, and that felt good. But this was different. This was me like physically moving and transforming energy. I felt like I was energetically shifting myself internally. I felt so good afterwards, and I still feel good today. I woke up today feeling a little different. I felt a little content, a little relaxed. I feel like I definitely got something out, like I was able to purge these things that I've been holding on to for so long that I think have been weighing me down a little bit. And this morning I feel a little bit lighter. I feel a little like I can breathe again. And my message to you was to try your very best to not hide from these feelings, from these things, even if it's not the same, even if you think that they're ugly or they don't make sense, like me, like why was I harboring so much hatred and rage? I don't know. But I don't think the question is why are we harboring these feelings? It's how can we release them? How can we make ourselves feel better? How can we get it out? So my message to you is to try your very best to find something that works for you. It may not be what worked for me. And if this is something that you need help with, we can certainly talk about this more. We can open up this discussion. I would love to, because I feel so much better. And if anyone that is watching this right now is feeling any sorts of resonations with what I just said, I urge you to try to get these things out. Try something new. I don't know. Go to an archery range. Go axe throwing. I don't know. I don't know if those things will work. Go in the ocean, go underwater in a bathtub and just scream and just let it out. No matter how silly you feel, no matter how silly you think you look, tell someone, have someone go with you, bring a friend with you. I've done that before. Me and a friend have gone to the ocean and held hands and gone underwater and just screamed. And it feels really, really nice. Like the ocean kind of takes away all of it and just washes it out to the sea, to the ether. I just think it's an important thing that we don't hold on to these negative feelings or negative thoughts and release them as soon as we can, as soon as we feel safe and comfortable. And I know sometimes it feels better. You almost think it'll feel better to hold on to them, like if you're not ready to release them, or if you don't think you have a safe place to release them. Sometimes it can be very hard to release or to even realize, to accept that we need to. But once you find that space, and it may take time, don't rush this process. It will all come to you in your own time, on your own journey. I just want you to know that I am here for you, and that you are not the only one that is feeling these weird feelings and going through the throes of just living life on this earth with all of these things happening around us, so many different people, so many different things to be balancing. It can be tough, and you are not going it alone. So I really just wanted to share this experience that I had last night because, like I said, I've been holding on to these negative thoughts and feelings for a while, and it felt so good to finally let them go and kind of free myself. I feel lighter, a little bit more free, a little bit more liberated. I feel like I saved myself a little bit there. Like, I told myself with actions that I love myself enough that I don't want to be carrying these things with me around anymore, and that I took steps to purge them out and get them out. And now I can walk around and hopefully feel a little bit more love and compassion in my heart for myself and for others. And now I know what will help the next time these feelings arise, because I am not delusional in that sense. I don't think it'll just be the only time that has ever happened to me. It will probably come up again. I have a lot of emotions to deal with, and I actually purchased my first pair of gloves last night and a little headgear set, so I will be ready for the next time that these things come up. And this is just another tool that I wanted to share with you that may help you, may not, but give it a try if you are feeling any of the things that I kind of talked about today. And I would love to know your experience with any of this that I've talked about, or any general feedback, any experiences, stories that you have. Maybe what helped you when you feel this way. If you ever feel just so full of rage, give me more tools in my toolbox that I can pull out next time, because it felt a lot better than just letting it simmer underneath the surface and build and build. So that was all I had to share with you today. It was kind of a little anecdotal story. I just thought it really fit in with the theme that we're going with this week of authenticity, finding yourself, unearthing all of this yuck, because sometimes it is a yucky process. And thank you so much for being here, for listening to my little rant ramble, and for supporting me along this journey. I appreciate you so much, and I thank you. Until the next time I see you back here on Yoga with Paige, take care of yourself, my dear friend. You deserve it.